can do other things that are not just the Bach. I mean, I feel really grateful because I just secured a booking with Encore, and the booking is a recording session to play 3 movements of Bach solo violin solo violin sonatas and partitas in a church with a professional crew that wants me to be their subject for them to like do their videos and stuff. So I found that it's pretty amazing to practice Bach and not All of Me by John Legend for a change.
Amazing. Well, that's an incredibly comprehensive answer. Thank you so much, Krista.
Oh,
There are a few things you touched on. Um, Looking at your profile, there are a few things I've noticed. For instance, you mentioned your demo videos. You tend to, it seems, produce a separate video for every song you can do. And you have a very extensive song list, as you say, because you're willing to learn new repertoire all the time. I wondered if you had a particular process for producing your videos and getting them up on your Encore profile or your online profiles.
yeah. I mean, I used to label them and put my name and too much information in them, and then I said, no, forget it. I'm gonna scrap all that. Just a clean, just a clean demo, just you performing. No titles, no nothing. I mean, obviously the video should have a title on, the video that's linked. But I think if you keep it really simple and I mean, I use this backdrop if you can see it, and it makes it look a bit more like showman in a way. That kind of idea. And then, I mean, obviously, I try my best in those demos to bring out the look that I think some clients might be looking for, because sometimes, I mean, like a lot of the times, I mean, obviously most of my bookings on Encore are weddings, and sometimes the customer wants someone to they might be more impressed visually by someone's demos rather than performers necessarily. So I think that's an aspect as well, to have a clean, simple, classic kind of like not necessarily classic, but something tasteful in those demos. Yes, I tend to go generally, oh, today I feel inspired to do a 45-second demo. So because I heard this song and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I think it's quite popular and trendy right now among requests. So I kind of like adapt as I go along, really.
I've just seen that James has helpfully brought up your profile alongside. So you can see there that you've got a brilliant large cover image at the top, which is really selling your image as a really high value violinist, as you're mentioning. And then if you scroll down, James, you'll see there's Cristinel with his red background producing all of these many videos.
Yeah, and I use, when I edit them, I mean, I like to have a little fun with it, and I use an Android app. It was a free app that just adds a bit of filter, something fun.
Bit of audio there.
I mean, they don't have to be very long, those demos, but they have to show to catch a glimpse of of that song, so people can be like, oh yes, that sounds like something I could use as a background music for my wedding, or
yeah. Great. And then in your about section, I can see immediately that you've highlighted one of the most impressive, I guess, gigs on your record, which is when you performed on Good Morning Britain. That's something that's really important on Encore, is make sure you put front and center anything that you've done, which is very impressive, any particular credits.
yeah,
If you
I
want to
think
talk about
yeah,
that, Cristinel, the actual experience performing on TV.
yeah, I mean, I think it's yeah. I'm still, I haven't got around how they chose me out of all the brilliant musicians that are on Encore, but maybe it was what they thought. Actually, yes, I think I know what it was. They wanted a romantic violinist to play some sad songs for this competition thing, Love Island. But I remember that they told me about a couple of songs that I should have in the back of my mind. But then I could hear them saying, and now play this song, and then this song, and then this song. I was like, oh my goodness, this is like really terrifying. And luckily, I remember I was on my toes at my best in the entire time, because they were like, can you play Beyonce, this song? And I was like, I don't know. And then I could hear 30 seconds. Oh yeah, I think I know it. So it was actually a bit of it was being under pressure a lot, but in the same time feeling like in your element and doing the thing that you're great at doing, and you own it. But yeah, the unexpected side of the TV showbiz, it's really it's really crazy fast, and it's a very fast pace, and you have to be adaptable. And I found it really hard. I think
you're 5'9", I'm 6'1". That's true. Debate over.
There we go, James has found the video. That's Cristinel playing in the background while Piers Morgan.
Fred Sirix, and also Love Island's broken-hearted Amy Hart. But we are going to fix your... This is the weirdest first date we've ever...
It is. You've got more chance
it looks like he's really enjoying it.
Frankly.
Yeah.
Can you hear the video sound? Or is it...
Yeah.
The reason we brought you on was you... I'm very sorry about what happened to you in the video, but more importantly, you said publicly...
Perfect. Yeah, incredibly impressive playing on TV. I'd like to finally just talk about a bit closer to home, I suppose, how you've been finding dealing with the pandemic more recently, Cristinel. So obviously you got lots of bookings pre-pandemic. Have you managed to stay active and continue picking up bookings during the pandemic? And how would you do that? Or how have you approached it?
I mean, Johnny, the pandemic has been hard for everyone, I think, and I think everyone agrees that we are all looking forward to being on the other side, and when things resume and go back to normal. Luckily, I mean, I did have quite a few bookings, considering it was a pandemic. I had a couple of bookings in between lockdowns when we had a bit of more clear and you were allowed to perform outside in a park or something like that. I found it very difficult, to be honest, but in the same time, I'm coming from a Romanian background, and I think in a way, the way I was raised with my work ethic, I decided, everyone hits the same kind of stress right now. So I've taken a few part-time jobs as delivery drivers, Uber, as Eats as well. It was amazing. It just kind of like proved to me that yes, I can do any work. I don't consider myself better than anyone else in any way. I'm just normal and simple, and I can adapt to the hard times and hope for good times later. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed doing these deliveries. It was like eye-opening on how many types of people there are out there. Much more than performance kind of setting.
I think that's an amazing attitude to have, to treat seeking other types of jobs as not just something you have to do, but also it is something that gives you a learning experience. It might not be entirely related to music making, but you never know, maybe someone you meet while you're doing your delivery driving work is interested in music. That's a real conjecture, but
yeah,
I think
you have to be happy. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I think we're going to have to move on pretty soon. But lastly, Cristinel, I was wondering, what was the last thing you played?
Last night I was just playing some Bach's violin sonatas solo, because I do have to be on my best playing, recording best playing mode. On the 16th of April, when I have a booking as a recording for a recording session in Bristol. It's actually a gig I secured through Encore just recently. So there is hope. The gigs will be coming back. It's just a matter of just hang on a bit more.
Yeah.
Get back to normal.
Amazing. And finally, actually, I was going to ask if there was one piece of advice you could give to the musicians listening in at the moment about how to win bookings or how to approach the pandemic. What would that be?
Oh my goodness, just tell yourself, guys, I mean, this is just temporary. These things happened 20 years ago, and before that, it's just temporary. Just stay positive, because mental well-being is more important than anything else. Keep yourselves positive, and just tell yourselves it's just a matter of time until things will be bright again on the horizon. So don't lose hope, especially if you're a new member of Encore and you haven't really had bookings. It is just absolutely part of the process. They will be coming. Just try as much as you can to stay positive, because being healthy mind-wise will help with everything.
Brilliant. Stay positive. Don't lose hope. Great lessons.